Hi, Crystal Balls. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please think about sticking around, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I want to thank everybody for being here for me, and I really want to take a quick thank you to my Patreons and a reminder that this month is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be all about Pride. So some of my videos that I'm going to have for July will be updated on Patreon first, and then the rest of you will be able to see it in July. That is the plan. Clearly things with my health can go wrong, but that is the plan as of right now. I will be doing readings on some people, one that I'm really excited about, that are featured in the Rainbow family. So today we are going to do the top 10 list of how to be an ally. Now, that is something that you definitely need an education about. It doesn't hurt, about learning about human resources and different things about different groups of people, as well as some of the things that I'm going to be talking about in this particular list, like including making certain papers. How can you do that? Well, you can go on over to Skillshare. Go to Skillshare.com and use this amazing code that I have called Skills for Dad. Take a look down in the description box of how to spell it and use the link to get to Skillshare. You can literally learn anything. I have really been wanting to learn how to make my own facial cleanser and moisturizer, and I haven't done that yet, but that's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Guess what? I can learn that over in Skillshare. You can also learn some pretty cool things like how to improve your golf spring or swing, how to make beer at home, how to master ping pong. What else did I see that was really interesting? How to make cold brew coffee. Like it's so in depth, it's so neat. There's professionals who do this, and some of them are bite-sized courses. And guess what? You don't have to worry about them going away. If you forget something, you can go back and look at them later. I really, really enjoy Skillshare, so I hope that you guys too take a look at my affiliate link and the code to get a 30-day free trial. 30 days. Free. No obligation. Check it out now. So today I'm going to be talking to you again about the top 10 things you can do as an ally. So these are from different places like GLAAD. I did get some information from the Trevor Project, the Human Rights Civil Liberty Union, I believe. But I will put those down in the description box so you guys can see where I got my inspiration from, but also where you can go yourself and get some really cool knowledge. There's a wealth of information there, so please take a moment to check those out. That will be in the description box. So in no particular order, because I feel like all of these are very important, we're going to start with number 10, which is support businesses. So supporting LGBTQIA plus businesses is a very important thing. It helps the community out, but most of the time these are local businesses, and it's like a win-win situation because you're helping out the queer community and you're helping out your community. And I want to remind you that I know it feels like I have to purchase something in order to support a business. Now, that's not true. It's nice, but you guys can do the simple free things that we talk about all the time. Go like, comment, share, subscribe on their pages, Facebook, go to their groups and join them. Go to their YouTube page and join them. Go to Instagram and TikTok. Follow them, leave them a comment every once in a while, tell your friends about it. If you've gone to a particular place that you like that's LGBTQIA plus owned, leave a review. Seriously, it is a big help for everybody. And like I said, most of the time it's a win-win situation. It's nice when you spend money, but you don't have to. Word of mouth is very, very powerful. All right, so number 9, inclusion on your sheets. So, what I'm talking about is sheets that you would have to fill out, papers that you would have to fill out going to certain places, for example, a new therapist office. I know that there's lots of papers like this that ask your name, your gender, and things like that. It would be very, very helpful if you do the following, and these are just a couple of suggestions, but have preferred name on there and preferred pronouns. Their preferred name does not always match their legal name. So it is important to have, at least the information there to be called by their preferred name. I'm sorry, I keep coughing. It's allergy season. Also, if you could include, instead of just, male or female, if you could do male, female, non-binary, or other, and you can make different kind of versions of that sheet or that saying, but it's very important to have that inclusion. These are just little things that you can do on your papers to make things more inclusive, and it's something that kind of makes more people at ease. And I know going into a practice, that is something I am going to do when I eventually get there. But in the meantime, I hope to see some people kind of change that and mix it up. Number 8, phobias. So while we don't want transphobia and homophobia and things like that happening, we also need to check each other about straight phobia. Even it was meant as something, it can be very, very damaging. And I just want to remember that we need to hold each other accountable in every community about the types of jokes that we make to that, or anything else that involves like phobias, especially transphobia, homophobia, straight phobia. I mean, just check ourselves. We owe it to each other to help each other, and we can be an ally both ways by helping each other kind of balance. Um, Number 7. Now, this is a phrase that I'm going to use from OT, which is one topic, which he will be in my list that you guys will see later on YouTubers. But generalized pooping stations. Okay, I know that people are like, what are you talking about? But generalized pooping stations is literally what OT calls bathrooms. I think going to the bathroom really is a weird thing to be privileged about, but when you sit back and think about it, it is a very big deal. And generalized pooping stations just kind of put all the shit out there. That's what's happening. Everybody's pooping. Everybody poops. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't matter. Everybody poops. All right. Number 6. Ask your friends, the people that you're being an ally to, the people that you've just met, your family members, ask them when it is safe to use their preferred name, pronouns, and gender. Actually, add sexuality in there too. Because it may not be safe to do in certain spaces, because it may not always be appropriate, and it may not always be safe. Number 5. Be a public ally. We can all say that we're allies, but some people have an issue with being a public ally. They might tell you, to your face that they're an ally, but there's nothing really outwardly happening there. If you're going to be an ally, that's great, but make sure that you're an ally at all times, not when people are looking. And while I'm not saying to run and put that status somewhere, it is kind of helpful to know that you're a safe place for people to talk to, and identifying yourself as an ally is very helpful. Number 4, defend. Defend the community. Defend your friends, defend your family, defend the business owners, defend the homeless, defend everybody who is going through shit for just being LGBTQIA+. Number 3, check your own bias. So as difficult as this is to talk about, and I understand why, every person has bias. Now, I know a lot of people are shaking your head and saying, no, that's not me, but I'm not saying it's intentional bias. Bias is something that has happened to us as a result of society and our education and many other factors, even based off of where you live. It's not intentional. And if you recognize it, if somebody is kind of checking you, or you find yourself in a situation where like, oh wow, I really need to learn more, it's okay. Take it as a learning opportunity. You are not a bad person. You just need to learn and grow and change. And guess what? We all are going to stumble on the way. The path to change is not easy, and it does take time and practice. If you falter, stand back up, brush yourself off, and start all over again. That's what my mom used to say to me. All right, number 2, be inclusive. And this means when you invite a friend out who is part of the rainbow family and it's like a couples night, make sure you're inviting their partner. Make sure that you're inviting their partners on wedding invitations. Make sure that they're invited to birthday parties and things like that. It kind of goes back to being a public ally. A public ally is something that is inclusion, but it also helps. So just remember to make sure that you include this as part of your life and know that it's very important to just go out of your way a little bit and acknowledge the person, acknowledge who they are, but also invite. I know that sounds so strange, but a lot of people get left out, even on couples nights or things like that. So make sure that you are being inclusive. Invite. All right, and number 1, advocate and activism. So advocating and activism are 2 different things, but they're both very, very powerful. You can advocate for many different people, and all I can think of right now is advocation of all of the lesbian women who were taking care of the patients with HIV who were dying before people knew what HIV was. They advocated for themselves. They also did activism. That's just one example. You can go advocate in going to like your senators and your congresspeople and your townspeople, and you can have activism by joining marches, helping out on fundraisers. There are many, many different ways that you can advocate and have activism on the behalf of the rainbow family. And you know what, guys? It's really appreciated. It really is. It just honestly is heartwarming and kind and very decent of you all to be allies. And I know you're an ally, otherwise you wouldn't be on this channel. It's so important to remember to be inclusive and remember these 10 tips. But these are just tips because obviously you guys are doing something right anyway, because you are helping our community. And activism and advocacy is something that we need to do together, hand in hand. And I believe that that can help change the world. I know that sounds so cliche, but I do believe that working together and not fighting against each other is a huge step in the right direction. So thank you for being advocates. Thank you for, being a friend, and being willing to be someone very special to people who may not have any help. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. And I just want to remind you guys that every single day is a gift. Use your time wisely. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.